O'Connor is a writer. She has made some novels, namely writing with blood. A good man is hard to find and other popular stories. She was born in Savannah, Georgia on March 25. Her parents' names are Residence Klein and Edward Francis O'Connor. Her capability in writing must stop because she passed away on 3 August 1964 in Milledgeville, Georgia. She was capable in writing because she finished her education in Georgia State College for Women and Law a writers workshop event. She had good some awards and honors in writing, namely Henry Award 1953 and 1964 and the National Book Award. Flannery O'Connor was an American writer, a diligent storyteller, and editor. She published her to retain artistic control over her work. The story of life Flannery O'Connor. Mary Flannery O'Connor was born March 25, 1925, Savannah, Georgia, the only daughter of Regina Klein and Edward Francis O'Connor in 1931. She began at St. Vincent Grammar School, but transferred to Sacred Heart Grammar School for girls by the 5th grade. They got along quite well with the older students, even if she did spend a bit more time reading than playing. In 1938, the O'Connors moved to Atlanta for Edward's work as a real estate appraiser, but after the school year ended, Regina and Flannery moved back to the Klein homestead in Milledgeville. The other literary works. As for other literary works by the author Mary Flannery O'Connor, namely Was with Blood, published in 1952. The next work is Good Man is Hard to Find, and other stories in the year 1954 and his last work, The Violent Buried Way, which was published in the year 1960. Synopsis of the story. A Good Man is Hard to Find is a short-term Gothic short story piece published in 1953 by author Flannery O'Connor, who in her own words described it as the story of a family of 6 which, on its way driving to Florida from Georgia, gets wiped out by an escaped convict who calls himself the Misfit. This may be the grandmother's moment of grace, her sins, a divine redemption. I cannot tell you that her head cleared for an instant, suggesting that we should read this moment as the truest moment in the story. The misfit's reaction also suggests that the grandmother may have hit open the fine truth. As someone who openly rejects Jesus, he recoils from her words and her touch. Finally, even though her physical body is twisted and bloody, the grandmother did with her face smiling up at the cloudless sky as if something good has happened or as if she has understood something important. It is only when the grandmother comes face to face with death that she begins to change her values. O'Connor's point her here, as it is in most of her stories, is the most people treat their inevitable deaths as an abstraction that will never really happen and therefore don't give enough consideration to the afterlife. This is character, the grandmother, the protagonist of the story, a woman who seems content living with her son Bailey, her daughter-in-law, and her grandchildren. She takes great pride in being a lady. The narrator refers to her as grandmother. When at last one grandchild is alive, old lady, when her grandchildren are dead. The central conflict of the story is between the grandmother and the misfit, her killer, in a dialogue that occurs while Billy, his wife, and children are shot in the woods not far from the do character. An escaped convict on the run with two other criminals. He is mentioned in the first paragraph of the story and finally appears at the end of it. Although he is polite to the grandmother and her family, he directs his henchmen to kill the family and then shoots and kills the grandmother himself. Bailey. The grandmother's son Billy drives the family car on their road trip to Florida. A tour trip made him nervous when the grandmother refers that she recognizes the misfit. Billy curses at her. John Wesley and John Starr. Billy's older children are John Wesley and John Starr. I get 8 and 7, respectively. Two great rowdy and disrespectful. Their self-centeredness is so extreme that they are never aware that their mother, Red Sammy Butts, who initiated a dialogue with the grandmother that events characterized as a festival of celeste were. Very single one of his opening phrases is a commonplace attitude that those, however, however, reveal his character as competitive, suspicious of others, and self-justifying. The dialogue is between two people to find each other likable because they enjoy complaining together. The wife of the fat owner of the tower is a tall brown woman with her an AS lighter than her skin who works as a writer's. Red Sammy directs his wife if she were any ordinary waiters, preventing her from engaging in sociable chat with Belia's family. Hiram and Bobby Lee, convicts who escaped prison with the misfit. The two kill Bailey, his wife, and children. And on the murder of the grandmother by the misfit, Bobby Lee suggests to the misfit that killing her was enjoyable. Story. A grandmother is reveling with her family, her son Billy, his wife, and their three children, from Atlanta to Florida for a vacation. The grandmother, who would prefer to go to its Tennessee, informs the family that a violent criminal known as the misfit is lost in Florida, but they do not change their plans. The grandmother secretly brings her cat in the car. They stop for lunch at Red Sammy, a famous barbecue, and the grandmother and Red Sammy commiserate that the world is changing and a good man is hard to find. The grandmother pleads for her life, telling the misfit she knows he is a good man and encouraging him to pray. Message of story. Flannery O'Connor uses her story, "A Good Man is Hard to Find," to demonstrate the transformative power of human compassion and grace. Transformation of the two character stereotypes, which the grandmother and the misfits are used to get across the story message by allowing the stereotypes to evolve into round characters with the potential to change. The author demonstrates that anyone can change through the presence of grace.